Welcome, guys, to Better Than Yesterday, a podcast, or the podcast, one of them too. But yeah, this is episode 7. This is with my guy, Philly, right here. We about to take this shot real quick because, we got to get in the zone. So let's hit this and let's get into it.
Let's do it. Not bad, huh?
Good. No chaser, right?
Real man shit.
Real shit.
I'm just kidding.
But yo, this is episode 7. I have a special guest with me today. This is Philly, amazing guy, inspiration, a beast at skate filming, a beast skateboarder too. He's going to say he doesn't skate, but he does. I see his tricks. Just scroll down on his Instagram page. You'll see some fire shit. But how's life? You doing good? You chilling?
Yeah, it's good, man. I've
You
been in LA
enjoying life?
for about 9 months now.
Yeah. You've been living here since for 9
February.
months now?
So, yeah.
Wow, bro. You used to live in Palmdale, right?
Yeah, born and raised Palmdale.
Is Palmdale Lancaster?
Yeah, remember you came out to the
I did.
desert? You came
I
out for
was
a video
scared.
shoot.
I was running around scared of like snakes and
He's like, this is where you're from?
tarantulas.
And I'm like, yeah, it's the desert.
it
We're
looks
desert
like
rats.
it looks like there should be like a prison somewhere around there.
There
like,
was actually
should
a
be like-
prison right where because I
Did they
took
close it?
No, it's still there. I took you out to 60th West, and there was a prison probably within 2 miles away where we did that video shoot.
Yeah, it felt like it. I
Yeah.
felt the prison vibes.
So
But yeah, you like LA more now, or are you liking you missing Palmdale?
I mean, it has its ups and downs, pros
Yeah.
and cons.
That's true.
LA for me is more of an opportunity place.
Mhm.
Just as far as like networking and meeting people, and just even being involved in like skateboarding.
Yeah, that's true. Would you call yourself a skate videographer, skate filmer? What's your
I mean, I don't
What
really
are your
have,
pronouns?
I really don't like have like a specific pronoun for it. It's just like I just like using cameras. Whether it has to do with skateboarding or
Would you say in that sense, would you say you're a skater first, or would you say you're a filmer first?
Oh, a skater for sure.
Skater?
100%.
Okay, and then the filming kind of came into it.
Yeah.
Did you so when you started filming, were you like by default the guy that just filmed? There's always the homie that's part of the
Well-
crew that just is filming and editing, or was it something that maybe like they were just like, hey, can you film?
So long story short, so like growing up in Palmdale, like we had different generations of like skaters and like filmers you'd hear about or who like lived in Palmdale once, or you would fucking look them up on YouTube like, oh shit, like these dudes like put on for our city at one point. But those dudes they grow up and they move out of town, and then it kind of just became like a place where nobody was filming. Yeah. So me and like our group of friends back home took it upon ourselves like we should buy a camera or whatever it is. I asked my mom for I think it was my 14th birthday. I want this camera. It was a VX1000. Like,
Yeah.
I was
You knew exactly.
Yeah,
That's
like
tight.
the shop pharmacy out in Palmdale, they had a VX camera. It was a shop's camera.
Okay.
But they were very I'm not gonna say picky about who they would let use it, but they just wanted to make sure that it was in the right hands so it never got damaged. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen it floating around through a couple homies, and I'm like,
You're
damn,
like,
I
I
want
need
that
that, I
camera
need
just
that.
the way like it has a handle.
Mm-hmm. That's similar to that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a skate cam vibe.
So my mom's like, oh, are you sure you want that? It's like, from a parent's perspective, it's like looked upon as like an antique.
Yeah, it
You know what
doesn't
I'm saying?
look,
Because it takes tapes, it shoots
Right.
like 4x3 standard quality. Like,
right. But you knew what you wanted.
Yeah, like I like that raw, grainy look. She said okay, and I fucking found one on eBay, and I'm like,
And that was your first camera?
$700. Like, can I get it? And she bought me the camera, and that was my first camera, and I had no idea how to use it. And I just remember like me and my homies, we'd fucking steal DV tapes from Walmart because we were fucking broke, we were little kids. Yeah, we just started filming and then it became more like the camera would just kind of be in the circle. We would all just film each other, and then
That's tight.
I think as I gradually got older, I knew skating wasn't gonna happen for me. Like every kid who grows up, it's like you have like this vision of like, oh, like I want to be a pro skater, or like you hear about pro skaters who come up from your hometown or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. And I knew that, it was just a dream. It was a fucking fantasy.
Right.
So I knew I wanted to do something like in skateboarding for skateboarding, whether if it has to do like professionally or like with my homies,
Right.
And
you just knew you wanted to be involved in it.
Exactly. So like I just got sucked in. Like it's like when I would go out and film a trick with my friends, I would get this high, like, oh, like I got this trick, and you keep chasing it. I got the same high off of my homie landing a trick, you know?
Right. You felt like part of the process almost.
Exactly. And then I'm the one that gets to go home and fucking log the footage on my computer.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I'll fucking watch it 50 times. And I'm like,
You're like, that's fucking hard.
yeah. And then I would get tired of watching it. And then the homie would be like, yo, can you send me my clip? And I'm like, yeah. And
You
then,
get tired of watching it.
it's one thing though I'd known from my homie Kmart. He told me, he's like, yeah, like, don't ever watch your footage more than like 10 or 20 times because you're going to get tired of it.
Then you start critiquing it too.
Exactly. You can
Then
like,
you start being like, no, I could have done that better. And then you don't want to release it or you want to reshoot it. And
exactly. So
you start to go a little crazy. I feel you.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the camera that you wanted, you'd seen at Pharmacy with Board Shop, right? And that's in Palmdale. So talk to me a little bit about Pharmacy because I feel like that plays still is, but also plays a major role in kind of your situation.
Pharmacy to me is, it's a family first, a skate shop second. And for that reason, you know, because those are the same people who carried me to, you know, my career path that I have today.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, growing up, like being a part of them and having a camera, like I started to film for them, you know, and it was nothing major, you know, it wasn't like we're making money and shit, but like, it just like kind of placed you in all the right directions, if you get what I mean. And it just kind of like, it introduced you to people that you never thought you'd meet. And next thing you know, like you have people who are hitting you up, like, or calling the shop like, yo, like we have such and such coming into town, like do you know somebody who can show them around? And they'll either hit me up or some of the other homies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you became in a sense like not a tour guide, but like
I guess like in, you know, correct terms, like a tour guide for fucking or skateboarders who are outsourcing, like, you know.
But that's still tight. Like that's tight to have like got that plug real quick.
Yeah. And then that's how you meet people. And then like, you know, me being a filmer, it's like you go out filming with these group of people who are coming into town. And then at the same time, I'm there getting like second angles for whoever.
And then that introduced you new to people and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Was there anybody that you were introduced to that kind of like started putting you in a position to maybe come to LA more or shoot for more pro skaters?
I never really like got involved with like too many pro skaters simply because like there's a lot of politic in skateboarding, you know what I mean?
That's crazy because skateboarding is considered like that like outer rebellious world.
Yeah.
But it's funny how no matter what culture you're in or what group you're in, there's still going to be some type of like politics. From
my perspective, like I've seen what it does. Like they come up and then obviously, you know, you got to get your bread and butter. So like you got to kind of like branch off, and then, you know, your homies are kind of like, what the fuck? Like, are we still homies or are we still filming? But they get so busy, you know? And I never wanted to be that guy, you know, like I always like stuck to my roots and I always associated myself with the same people that I associated with myself fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah. Stay loyal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Real
you
shit.
Stay loyal to the people who are loyal to you in the beginning.
Right. I feel you. Talk to me about where you're at now, because your position is one of one and pretty fucking awesome. You are Lil Wayne's personal skate videographer. I mean,
yeah, like I work for Dwayne Michael Carter, and yeah, it's cool. Like I've came in as like a skate filmer because he loves skateboarding, and about that, like it was the same thing. Like going back to people coming to Palmdale, outsourcing spots, and I was showing them around. Like, you know, I met a buddy of mine named Kyle. Shout out Kyle. When you watch this, I love you. He came to town, you know, and him and the homie Will came out, you know, and me and some homies to show him around. Right. And they came out a few times, you know, and I always held on to that relationship because they were very cool people, you know. They came down from Seattle in 2014, 2015. Yeah. They're amazing skateboarders. Like Kyle's, you know, Kyle filmed Paul P-Rod for fucking, you know, when Primitive was up and coming. Like Will was, you know, he's a ripper. That dude is fucking, he's really good at skating, you know. So like I always stayed cool with those people because they were just, you know, they're awesome people. Like 6-7 years later, like during the pandemic, I was doing freelance shit, you know, whatever. It wasn't paying much or not really anything, you know. And I was working at Pharmacy for a few years, and and then the pandemic came, and then that's when Kyle actually called me one day. I thought he was just giving me like the typical call, like, yo, I'm gonna come to town and skate, like, you want to link up? He's like, hey, yeah, like I got this like thing, like I can't do it, I'm super booked out, because he really does a lot of freelance editing for a lot of like other companies, like non-skateboard related.
Just editing. Nice.
Yeah, he had called me and, you know, explained to me like the situation, and I just kind of was like, huh? Lil Wayne's looking for like a skateboard filmer.
That's a crazy phone call. It was a phone call or a text?
It was a text.
Okay,
But he
but
called
still.
me like while I was reading the text, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what's going on. Like, I need to know in the next 10 minutes. Like, can you do it?" And it was
That's
kind of like
wild.
it was like one of those things like red pill,
Blue pill.
blue pill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually because Theotis. You know, like Theotis got
Mhm.
a call, and then Theotis being associated in the skateboard industry, and Kyle as well.
Yeah.
Like, he called Kyle. Kyle called me.
Right.
It was like a fucking triangle.
That's tight.
Connected the dots.
You already knew Theotis at this time?
I was more of a fan of him at the time. Like, I
Okay.
didn't know him personally, but because of that, like, me and Theotis are so cool now. Like, I
Right.
can fucking call him on a Tuesday when he's having breakfast with, like, his mom or something. You know,
Yeah,
like,
he'll
whatever
pick
it is.
up. Good
you know?
people. Good
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Shout out
And-
Theotis.
Yeah, shout out Theotis. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. And then the rest is kind of fucking
History.
Yeah.
You
it's
said
just-
yes.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story.
said
He said
yes.
yes. I mean, like I said, that's a one-of-one position. There's only one dude shooting for Wayne, and then you've kind of cemented it more than just, oh, I pull up when Wayne skates. You've become somebody that shows up at the events, and you just went on tour with him too. You've been on a couple tours. You've cemented yourself as a filmer for Wayne.
Yeah.
So how's that kind of affected your direction and how everything's been going for you?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm still doing me. Like, I mean, I get called upon to work, and that's what I do. And I
Mhm.
show up. I do what I'm supposed to do, and I do it right. In this industry, you can fold like that.
One and
You
done.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I never made it seem like I was fucking, you know, like, oh, I work for. Wayne,
Yeah,
this
you
and
didn't
that.
you didn't let
it's just
the fame and the ego overtake
No,
you.
yeah, like I still fucking talk to all the same people.
Right.
Like, I
Like
still-
you said, yeah, you still have the same friends from
Yeah,
way back.
definitely. And I think that from like another person's perspective, it can be looked at like, oh, he's doing this now, like he's fucking Hollywood, and
Mhm.
I'm like, bitch, I live in Hollywood, but I'm not Hollywood. Like, I'm
Yeah.
fucking will still, like, you know, I'll sit down and have a conversation with you.
No, and I think that's something to that point is everybody, like you said, when your friends were leaving Palmdale,
Yeah,
they weren't deserting you guys. They were just, that's how life is. You move on, you move forward, you
Yeah.
get better.
definitely.
And the same with you. It's like, would you just say, no, I can't go film for Wayne because can't leave my homies? It's like, no, you gotta take the
You
opportunities.
gotta
and-
prioritize things that,
yeah, you gotta prioritize
you know,
yourself
like,
a lot
exactly,
of times.
and like
People
your
don't.
job, you know, like,
Yeah.
and you know, just being involved with him, like, he's opened up doors for me in a sense. Like, he is the main reason why, like, me and you met. If you really put the pieces together.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely been like, I met Young Money, a lot of those guys, like shout out Euro, shout out Gutta, shout out Alan. I met a lot of those guys, and then they introduced me, or just kept me around. And then I met you in Miami at the
Mhm. Condo?
the condos, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just were like talking camera shit. And then
Literally.
since then we just like followed each other and just like would just hit each other up and shit. And
Anytime
then
I'd go to Miami, I'd be like, yo, what's up? Like, can you pick me up?
I've
Fucking.
been fucked up so many times in Miami,
Let's not talk about that.
bro. Wait, you
No,
don't
yeah,
want
we
to
got
talk about that?
we got in trouble, you know. We
We didn't get in trouble. We just drank
not
a
like
lot.
literally in trouble, but you know, we had a good time, you know.
We were just
and-
chilling, bro. Yo, I still can't remember that fucking. We went to this sushi spot. It wasn't even sushi. It was just like a Japanese place.
And we got the fucking.
It was so good,
We
bro.
got that.
The fucking they gave us sake, but it was in like a square, and they like over poured.
Oh yeah, they gave us sake,
Remember
and then
that?
and then this guy wanted to be bougie, so he ordered.
I got wagyu
He got wagyu
on the
that
rock.
was razor
They put
thin.
it on a rock. Yeah,
it was
like
razor thin
it was
slices of fucking
$30, and it was like this big and like this thin. It was ass, honestly. It wasn't not worth what it was. They were like, it melts in your mouth. It was
Pause.
Pause. Huge pause. But anyways, to get back to it, so I met you. We met in Miami, and then kind of just ended up coming out to LA, and yeah, bro, we ended up on tour. We partied a little bit
On tour.
on tour. Did we really party on tour though?
I mean,
I feel like we would just drink at the venue and then just have to go to the studio for 6 hours
on to the next. Oh,
and
yeah,
like stay awake like
yeah. Let's
this.
talk about that when.
Wow, that was wild.
So there was a little situation where boss called upon all employees, all cameramen to come to the studio
I was
at 2
employed.
a.m.
I was employed at this time.
and I told Bailey, I was like, shut your mouth, you have to go.
Yeah,
He's
bro,
like-
that was tough.
He's like, oh man, I was gonna go sleep. I'm tired. Like, nah, bro, you gotta fucking go. Like, and
Bro,
I was
I was
like, and you
burnt.
remember what I told you?
What?
I was like, don't fall asleep.
Oh, bro, there's a photo where I'm trying so hard. We were in Arizona, and we finished the show.
What studio we were at? We were at the fucking it's
The
called the
salt mine, yeah.
the salt mine.
And we were at the salt mine, and we were sitting there, and I remember we were just sitting in the lobby for like not even. It was like 8 hours, bro.
Yeah,
We
we're
were
just
literally
chilling.
there for
Like
8 hours.
we're just
Me
chilling.
and him are like sitting across the room, and
Like
we're
this,
playing
just like-
we're playing 8-ball and shit. And then we started losing like our battle, and like we were just seeing who would fall asleep
You
first.
just
We were
start
like,
becoming like droopy at that point, or like
because you had nothing to do. You're just sitting there, and we're just like, nobody fall asleep. We're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, it's a good time though.
Yeah, that was an amazing time.
Yeah, and
I
then
loved that.
yeah, no, that tour was fun, man. It
That was
long,
that was a
but,
lot of fun. I was only there for 5 stops, I think.
Yeah, I kidnapped him.
Bro,
So
I got kidnapped in Colorado. He
kidnapped him in Colorado, threw him
beat
on the
me
tour
up,
bus.
threw me on the bus. I had one bunk, and I was like,
It was cool though. I always think about it, and I think like the first 2 weeks of the tour for me was like, damn, this is like fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
we're really doing this, and then like next thing you know, like week 3, week 4, you're like, is this shit gonna end?
yeah,
It's kind of rinse and repeat.
yeah, that's true.
And
Because for me, I got on there, and I was like, hotels, and I was like, new cities, and I was like 16-hour drives, and I was like, this is fun. And then I remember I got to like the second to last stop, and I was like, Phil, I'm just dying over here. And you're like, bro, fuck you.
I've been here.
I've been here for 2 months.
It was like a month and a half.
It was like a month and a half. Yeah.
No, that was definitely like for me. That was like an eye-opening experience in a
Yeah.
sense because I saw a lot of things that I've never seen before, and not
Yeah,
only
for
like
sure.
like traveling the United States on a tour bus is like that's
I
like
mean,
such an
you gotta-
That's
yeah.
like such an American thing.
And
to
with
do.
Lil Wayne,
That's exactly that's what I was getting to
it
next.
can't. Yeah, it can't get better than that. Like,
Fucking gas station, fucking hot dogs and chips and
yeah, you do not eat well on those things. Props. Thank you for
hey,
taking
you're
me
welcome,
on that
man.
shit.
Thanks for saying yes.
Bro, I had so much fun. I have so much footage actually. I need to put together the
We should
recap.
create a full compilation.
Bro, we have so much. Those are the hard drives from it.
I have like 3 hard drives full of tour footage.
I have like 2, I think, that are just like packed. The best one is when he gave that little girl that was crying like the jersey.
He gave her the jersey.
I have like the full on like cut of that.
Oh shit.
Like where he like hands it out, and then I pan to her, and she was like crying, and I go back to him, and he was like, "I love you" or whatever, and then that was tight.
No, that
Shout out Wayne.
shout
And
out.
I have
Wayne.
the infamous LA show too.
Ooh.
So dive in a little bit more with the Wayne stuff. What's some of the, obviously keep it what you can talk about, but are there some other situations or other scenarios where you've just been like, wow, this is a crazy life to have?
Yeah, booking out skate parks across America for Wayne.
But that's tight.
So after every show or every other show,
Mm-hmm.
because not every state has a fucking indoor skate park.
Right.
Yeah, just being in charge of like that whole operation and like getting chauffeured to
Mm-hmm.
indoor skate park and
Being the lead man.
yeah,
basically.
just like being there and then like to me like seeing Wayne at those parks was like such a great moment for me
Mhm.
because I'm just like this fool. Oh, let's put it like this. He can go rock a show of like 20,000 people.
sold out every
Sold
time.
out.
Every single venue sold out.
And what he chooses to do with his time after a show,
Let's go skate.
that's the coolest fucking thing in the world. Cause like I can relate to that. Cause I'm like, oh fuck it, like let's go skate. Like that sounds cool to me. Like I'm not too big on partying and going to clubs. Like I'm a fucking skate rat. Fool. So like
I mean, talk about going to clubs. Remember when we were at Live and Wayne was watching skate videos, and he looks at Phil and he goes and like smiles at him and shows him, and he's got like a skate
because he knows
video on
that's
his
something
phone.
that we can relate to. And I
Yeah.
think that from a skater's perspective, and to see Wayne do what he does outside of music is like such a fucking awesome
Yeah,
thing. Like,
dude's total skatehead. Just
Right.
being around him for the time I was, I could just
we
tell
were
like,
at
he got the bug.
Remember we walked around. We walked to that skate spot, and you got a scooter.
That was Denver. Wayne was up in the top and he was watching us.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then the security came out and like told us like, oh, you can go after the blah blah blah.
Yeah, when you close. Okay, yeah, that was.
And there
Denver.
was like the stair set, and there was like a
There was
like a ledge and everything.
So Wayne, he texted me that morning, and he's like, "Yo, do you see this?" And I was like, "What?" And I'm like, fucking reading 3 dots. I'm like, "What the fuck is this fool about to send me? Like something crazy?"
Yeah.
I thought he was about to send me like a bitch or something, but it was like a skate spot, and I was like, "Wow, like that's so sick that he like
Yeah.
noticed that
He
from his
taking
window."
a photo
because,
from like his window.
yeah, he like zoomed into the fuck. It was like a
That's
it was
hilarious.
it was like a drop over like a 3-stair. Like we
Yeah.
have a skate spot in downtown that's like it's like a fountain gap. That's
Mhm.
kind of what it was, kind of similar to that. So it was
Right.
like a
I
drop
remember it.
over some 3 stairs, and he's like, "Yo, I think I could 180 this. Like, can you go check and see if it's good for me?" So like that's when we all took it upon ourselves to walk down there.
Yeah, we
and
went over there and
looked,
peeped it.
and that shit, like, still, I still think about that sometimes because let's just be realistic. Like, Wayne doesn't get in a car and drive around with the windows down and fucking look at spot to spot to spot how I do when I'm in the car. Or, you know, that's the typical skateboarder when they're driving down the street. I thought that him, like, pointing out that skate spot, that was personal to me. Because that's something that I would do.
Right.
So I was like, oh shit, like that's fine. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, like let's. Unfortunately, we didn't skate it because I think he fell asleep. He had some other shit going on, but
just got busy.
But still, like the simple fact that, you know, Lil Wayne's point of view, he fucking pointed a skate spot down from a fucking 30-story building, like, yo, look at that, like I want to skate that cool shit. But yeah, man, that was definitely a interesting time.
So you're peeping out skate spots. Wayne's peeping out just everything to do with skateboarding, and he's really got the bug for it. And that kind of leads you guys to, you come up with an idea to make him a board and essentially make him go pro. So talk to me about how that started, and then, you know, how we got to where we are now.
It was just kind of like an idea that I had a few months before Christmas last year. I reached out back to my homie Will that I met in Palmdale.
But yeah, so Wayne's checking out skate spots. Wayne's big on the skate stuff. Like, he's definitely got the bug. Talk to me about when you guys got him the board. Talk to me about how that happened and how you made him go pro, basically.
The board was an idea that I had in my head for a few months before Christmas of last year. So for me, it was, I wanted to do something for him that I guess that nobody could do for him. I mean, it's easy for a company to make a board for somebody, but it's personal when it's from someone like me to him directly. Like, personally,
I feel like you guys were the only ones that could have done it best.
Yeah,
because you were around him, you saw how it was.
We see his like skate etiquette, and we see how, you know, like,
and you could take all that and then put it into the board.
Yeah,
and that it was more than just a board. Like, it was like love. It was like some family shit. It was some like real homie shit that you guys did.
The idea with that was, I called a couple homies. This was maybe in like August, September of last year, and I was like, yo, like, I have this idea. I want to put it on paper though, but like, I just, like, I'm not fucking good with Photoshop or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
it was just floating around in your head.
So I hit up back to my homie Will. Will Cromer does graphic design, and he's done boards for companies, like up and coming companies.
Right.
Like, I just kind of pitched him the idea, and I was like, I had the photo.
Right.
And I kind of just was like, yo, like, I kind of want to like do this, like, this board, like, with Wayne's like fucking baby photo with the lyrics. So he did a couple mock-ups for me. He did one where like it was like kind of transparent, where like it's like Wayne in the back of the lyrics like this, like over like his fans, and I was like, nah, let's kind of steer it away from the music.
Make a war,
it's still
more just
like,
him.
It's still like, you know, like it's still related to him. I reached out to Tori Pudwa. He's he owns a skateboard company, him and Daewon Song, by the name of Thank You Skate Co. And he actually like distributes and manufactures his own boards all by hand. So I hit him up. At this point, I'm trying to fucking do this shit, and I'm trying to do it now. And I think I just reached out to him like, yo, like, I have this idea, like, can you help me with it? And he's like, fuck yeah, like if you know Tori, like, he's down.
Right.
He's 100% down.
He's ready to go.
And he's like, fuck yeah, dude, like, let's fucking send me the high-res file and like, let's do it. That's like my imitation of him. And I was like, all right, cool. So I fucking sent to him, and then like 2 weeks, like a week and a half later, 2 weeks, like, he sent me like the first 3 boards that he made, and I was just so like,
they were all with this design here?
Yeah.
Or was there like a few test runs?
No, there was that design.
That was
because I have the AI
final
file.
Okay.
Yeah, I did everything legit. I didn't go through no fucking Zoomies fucking shit on Google. Like, this shit is all 100% legit.
That's tight.
Like, the quality of the wood is like,
pause.
Yeah, pause. No, like, everything was like, you know,
that's tight.
The turnout was awesome, man. And
do you have one? You've skated one?
I skated.
Is that the one you skated?
I have one right here. I was gonna.
Oh, you have? Yeah. Show the camera.
So, this is the board.
That's a vibe, bro. That's such a sick board. And what are the lyrics on it? Or did you pick the lyrics?
I didn't pick the lyrics like entirely. It was just like.
Is it one song?
It's multiple songs like cut up.
Okay. And you just kind of went through.
But if you read the lyrics, like, you know what song is what.
That shit's so hard.
That's
Shout
you.
out Phil, man.
That's you.
That's me?
Yeah.
No way,
That's
bro.
you.
Yo. I might cry. For real?
Yeah, that's all you.
Damn, bro. I'm going to hold this the whole rest of the interview, bro.
Hold that shit up high. Wear it on your chest.
Talk to me. I got this WWE belt style.
Yeah, so
me?
I actually only have like 3 left.
Bro, no way.
If you got them, you got them. If you don't have one, fucking sucks to suck.
Man, you all suck because you're not me.
Nah, but
bro, thank you for real.
Yeah, for sure, man. You already know.
Appreciate you, bro. I don't even skate. Like, I might have to learn how to skate now.
Never too late. You can always start with
bro.
that.
I'll kickflip it. At what point, after you got the boards made, did you guys start planning, okay, this is how we're going to do the introduction with Wayne?
That was another idea I had. I was like, oh shit, like fucking. By the time the boards were done,
Yeah.
it was fucking 3 days till Christmas.
Oh, so you guys were rushing.
So like I put this whole thing together like late November.
Yeah.
And then the whole December, like the countdown to Christmas was like, fuck, like, these boards gonna be ready, they gonna be ready. And that's when Tori like sent me like the photos, and I was just like super
tweaking.
gassed on them, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, it just kind of like ran its course, you know. Wayne hit me up. I guess the idea for me was like, I was like, I wonder if I can like surprise him with.
Yeah, that's
a
hard
few of
too,
the
because
close-
Wayne's kind of like, he'll just vanish for a little bit and then he'll pop out and be like, hey, let's go skate. So you were just waiting, huh?
Yeah, but I knew that he was gonna want to skate before Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. So you knew it
that
was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. The idea for it was like, I hit up, 6, 7 of the closest homies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my closest homies who I personally brought on sessions with him.
Right.
Who Wayne knows, trusts,
Mm-hmm.
interacts with. We'll have a full-on conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was organic, and the people who were there were there. It was a waiting game. So we all got to the park.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Fucking 12 at night.
What park was this?
This was at Paul's Park.
Okay,
And
nice.
This was in the valley.
Nice.
In Canoga Park. And so we're all there waiting with the boards. I'm pulling them out of the boxes. Everybody's getting ready. Like, we're all excited. It's like me, Spanish Mike, Emil, Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
Spanish Mike's girl, Emil's wife, Yo-Yo was there, Keelan was there, and so we're all just like fucking waiting around for Wayne. This fool doesn't show up. Next thing you know, it's fucking 1 a.m. I'm texting Jax like, what's up? Like, where y'all at?
Shout out Jax.
Yeah, shout out Jax, bro. You really held it down for all of us, making us feel safe. And then I text Wayne like, yo, we're all trying to come. Like, Tori's like, yo, just tell him I'm here and he'll probably come. And I was like,
Yeah.
yo, Tori's here. Like, he just pulled us to the park. He's asking where you at. He's like, oh shit, I fell asleep, bro. It's fucking, at this point, it's like 2:45 in the morning. We've been there for almost 4 hours. Fucking tired. We have our boards put together. The homie's already skated his board. This shit's already scratched up.
He skated it already?
Yeah, he was already skating in those
crazy.
4 hours. Oh, the homie Sapal was there too. Shout out Sapal. That's my dog. So we're fucking waiting. And then like he fucking finally hit me. He's like, yo, on my way, be there in 20. At this time, it's like 3:30 in the morning.
You guys were all like,
So we woke up. We all woke up. We're like, fucking, all right, everybody get together. Like, get the markers ready. Like, whatever. We knew he was going to sign them. And then he like pulls up. He's like pulled up. I can see in his eye. He's like, where's everybody at? And I'm like, Tori took off. He had to go do something. He wasn't feeling good. He's like, oh. And I had the 2 homies like skating in the corner.
You really set him up too.
Yeah.
Damn, you were bringing him in.
And like I had my camera like this in the cut. If you watch the video,
yeah,
like,
I've seen it.
I'm like this, like fucking. He's walking in like this with my camcorder, just like filming, like kind of trying to tilt it up. I'm fucking filming his coffee mug and shit in his like lower half of his body, and I'm like,
That's funny.
So I mean, I got like the shot of him walking in,
Yeah.
like dapped him up. I was just kind of like, yo, did you see this shit over here? He's like, huh? And I was like, oh, like right here. There's like this orange barrier that he actually boarded the last time we were at the park. That's when fucking he came up. He's like, what? And I pulled the boards out, and he's just like, I seen like the look in his face, like he was in shock. And then that's when all the homies ran out, and then they kind of surprised him, like, and that was a very emotional moment for me. But I had to fucking keep my composure because I'm the one who put the shit together, like fucking presented him the board, and then fucking damn near brought him tears, and
Yeah. I remember he just sat down against the wall.
yeah, and
Damn, bro. I mean, I don't know if congrats is the word to say.
I wouldn't say congrats, but it's just like
I'm happy for you, I guess, is the thing I can
yeah,
say.
like it was it's just something like, from my perspective, like someone like him, like you gotta give somebody something they don't have. You know, he's a multimillionaire, Grammy nominee, fucking
Everything,
triple
bro.
platinum, whatever you. Well,
I remember, to Phil's credit, I remember I was watching the Tony Hawk podcast with him, and I remember Wayne was talking about how, damn, bro, like that board meant more to me than any of the awards I've won from songs in my music career, and that's, bro.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
I watched it.
I
I
just watched it before I got here because I kind of wanted to. I knew he talked about it there, so I wanted a little bit of info on it. And he dead ass, like, he mentioned you guys, and then he also had just said, like, man, I kind of felt bad, but like it was true. Like, I cared more about that board than I cared about any of those musical accomplishments I've gotten.
Yeah.
So
like
that's pretty amazing, bro.
So yeah, like back to what I said. He's, you know, Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking millionaire, whatever.
He's Lil Wayne, bro.
He has everything.
He's considered
wants,
the greatest rapper of all time.
So when somebody has everything they want, what doesn't he have? He doesn't have a fucking pro board, pro model, and that's why that's kind of like why I gave it to him. I'm not gonna take credit for myself, but you know, like.
No, but I think that you.
But
I think you birthed the idea.
I just want to thank Tori for helping me print these boards and like bring them to life, and I want to thank Will. Because without Will, none of this shit. It couldn't have came out more perfect. You know, the hype's obviously died down since then.
Fuck the hype, bro. What it means to you. At the end of the day, it's what it means to you.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's forever gonna be a memory in your head, and forever that's something that they can't take away from you ever. So I'm sure that you hold on to that and cherish that moment.
We actually just gifted Jimmy Fallon one.
Oh, for reals? How did that go?
I don't know if you've seen it.
Has the show come out?
It came out on
with 2 Chainz, right?
Yeah. So because they're doing Calligraph too.
That's tight, bro.
And he gave Fallon one.
How many of these are there?
75.
There's only 75. Yo, that's wild.
75. I printed
that's
a couple
crazy.
more,
but like as of the original batch.
Yeah. So if you have one, you know, hold on to that shit because
for real, that's tight.
I'm not making it anymore. Don't ask me to make it anymore unless you are management.
Is there, I heard in the same Tony Hawk interview, there was a word of maybe another one coming soon. Can you confirm or deny?
I mean, if there is another one coming out, I think I would be solely responsible for that release.
Yeah.
At least I would like to help with it. You
I
know,
don't want nobody
help coordinate with the creative direction. Yeah, that's fucking one of the coolest things I think I've ever done.
Definitely, bro.
Like, fucking,
that's a bucket list thing.
Besides all this shit that I've done with him and whatever the fuck else,
mm-hmm.
like, this is the coolest thing I think I've ever like brought to the table on paper.
Right.
Like,
that's tight, bro.
Print a board for fucking such an iconic human being. You know,
for
like,
reals.
Not even like trying to fan out, but like, we've all been Wayne fans since we were kids.
Of course.
You know,
and then to be able to connect with him in something that's deeper than all of that.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you said, give somebody something that they don't have.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, bro. Happy for you. Congrats
thank
on
you.
that. Shout out all the people behind that too.
Yes, thank you.
To move on from the helping Wayne go pro, get his first pro board. From there, you guys, I mean, that was like a year ago or so. How have things developed since then in the skating way and also just in the your career way working with Wayne? Is there anything coming up? Is there anything going on?
I mean, right now, I think I've learned a lot about myself as far as like my craft, which is like,
right.
You know,
you're killing it, bro. Can't lie.
Thank you, but I mean, like, I still like I'm working on a few projects right now that I haven't even put out.
Skate videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Simply
because, you know, I guess the skateboard filming industry is so saturated.
Yeah. With
content, it's like the idea of putting something out and it being forgotten about the next day is, for me, it's like fuck, like I want to put something out. Like,
I mean, bro, that's I think that's across the board in content. For me, that I almost, what you're saying is like you're saying in a negative way, and for me, I almost found like a positive way of it is that the internet constantly needs content.
Yeah,
and it's like just eating it. So rather than be in a sense of, oh, I'm just going to release it and it's going to be forgotten about, just be like, hey, like there's a place I can put my shit, and it can either blow up or get forgotten, and then I can keep making it. And I think that's what's cool about it is that, hey, like this gives you a reason to keep making shit.
Yeah.
Because you need to feed the machine.
For me, it's like, I guess I'm old school and I see like fucking videos differently than everybody else.
Yeah.
Like fucking, it's you can go post an Instagram clip of somebody doing a switch off a fucking 10 stair and like that's cool. Like it's sick, you know. But I guess like I come from a place of like I grew up watching fucking chocolate videos and America videos and those videos like they hold a piece in time where you can go back and it'll never get old.
I like the ones that have like the personality to it too. Like where
the
there it was
fucking
there was just a little like there was characters to it. Like they started building on who was who and all of this.
It's not like
more
that
skaters.
anymore.
No, what is
everything's
it now?
like super fucking quirky and just like who we can brand off of, and that's why I've never steered in that direction of skateboard filming. Like I love watching it, bro. I love all the up and coming kids who are coming out, but like I mean, or maybe I'm just getting old, bro. I'm almost 30. Still fucking young, but
I think that also speaks to where you are in that field. You're gonna be like, oh my god, this is OD, this is saturation.
right.
But like you said, it's kind of a mix of both. It's like sometimes you're getting older, used to the old ways, and then there's also just part of it where you see so much of it, you're just like, fuck, if I have to look at this again. I was gonna say, kind of leads me into something I was gonna talk to you about. Is there something on the horizon that you kind of have in your mind to start doing? You have an awesome platform working with Wayne and working with a lot of these pro skaters.
Keep it kind of just relatively like small, like my homies, because like my homies all rip, and I like filming my homies because I don't have to fucking deal with the hassle of fucking filming for a company that doesn't want to pay you, or like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to deal with that shit. That's why I never steered in that direction. You know, so like everything that I do is solely like of my homies for my homies. You know, like you might have a homie or you might come across like a pro or something here and there, but it's like it's not like my main priority. Like I'm not.
Basically, you're saying you're focused on the craft still.
Yeah,
it's not really, you're not out there seeking to get the big sponsorship or work with the big company. You're just like, I'm gonna make some fire shit, and that's that.
Exactly. Like I don't know. I guess it's like all I can pretty much say about that. Like it's like
no, that's tight. I fuck with that.
I just want to fucking keep shit the way I like to see it. Like I'm filming. I'm doing a VX part right now with the homie Carlos and
what's VX?
The VX 1000.
Okay.
It's an old school camcorder that takes mini DV tapes. Yeah, I got mine right here. So yeah, this is the first camera I ever got. That's tight. I'm doing another video, or trying to, but I want to do this. I'm trying to do this one a little different from everything else that I've ever put out in the past.
Spice it up, make some
vibes. Because I never dropped anything that's gotten thousands of views. You know, it's just always like homie shit on YouTube, you know, like that's cool. But like this project, like, I solely want to like, I'm dedicated to it, and I want to make sure that the editing and choice of
top
songs,
quality.
The B-roll, the Super 8 footage is all just.
The Super 8 shit's hard.
You know?
I love the Super 8 edits you've shown me.
That's something I'm working on, and then we just did a pharmacy video that we put out. We had a Halloween party at Hollywood Shop down the street.
Right.
And it was cool. It was cool to see all the homies there. It's just shop homies, you know?
Just your vibes. Just the good skate vibes.
Exactly. That's what it's all about for me. It's about...
I fuck with it.
Just fucking homie shit, and just... Same reason why we did the boards. Just like on some homie shit, you know?
Real shit. You had mentioned kind of off camera, you wanted to talk your shit. Is there some things you want to air out on the podcast?
Fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters,
Point blank
man.
and simple, bro. Like...
Fuck them.
Like, there's no reason for somebody to hate on somebody because they see you winning, or because they see that you got an opportunity granted to you that, you know, that
there's just no reason to hate, period.
It's not, but there's a lot of that, and I feel like there's a lot of that I lost a lot of friendships because of my current position, and you should be happy for the people who are in your circle who are
real spill
trying to like come up and try to do something different from skateboarding, because skateboarding doesn't owe you anything at the end of the day. Yeah. But, you know, it's like I do it for fun, you know? Like it's just like it's like I get a high like filming like this shit's like, I mean, you know how it is, bro.
No, I feel
like you fucking...
I shoot a lot of music videos. I direct a lot of music videos, and music videos are forever something I'm going to chase, because it's amazing to get that final product where you busted your ass and you worked your ass off and you had a great team and your vision came to life, and you can just sit there and watch it, and you're just like, I fucking did it. And that's such like a high that is hard to achieve. And when you work your ass off and get it, it feels fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I definitely can relate to that.
At the end of the day, whether if you're a skateboard filmer or you shoot music videos, we're all doing the same shit. We're just a bunch of kids with fucking expensive cameras in our hands, and we're just trying to put together a vision board and put shit out.
Put something fire.
Literally,
something fun to watch.
That's all it is to me.
Entertainment. That's all. At the end of the day, we just want to entertain.
Exactly.
Something that happened between us that you came and helped me out with an event, and you ended up meeting somebody, was you met Born and Raised, the company. You kind of got to be involved with some of their inner circle. Talk to me about how that went.
My friend Bailey here actually got me a small little gig for 1,800 tequila last year, or it was like 2 years ago. And fuck, time flies. So I'm at this event. I'm just fucking like walking around wearing a white t-shirt and some fucking Dickies, fucking filming people drink tequila. Literally had a shot list, and on the shot list is said to make sure you get people drinking the tequila, showing the logo like this. One of those people in particular was Sponto, rest in peace. I just remember, like, I didn't know who he was, and I was like, yo, can I get a shot of you like drinking this tequila, showing the logo of your cup? And he's like, yeah, for sure, man. Like, super cool. Him and his girl, they're like laughing and shit, you know, they're all faded. He's like, where you from? And I was like, huh? He's like, nah, not like that. He's like, where are you from? And I was like, I'm from Palmdale. He's like, oh shit, let me tell you a little story about Palmdale. So he like fucking gave me this whole lecture of like how Palmdale and the housing shit was developed out there.
Right.
And I was so infatuated by it. I was just like, holy shit, this dude knows more about my hometown than I do. We're fucking shooting shit, and he's just like, yeah, bro, like, I like your style, like, you know, like, what's your name? And I told him, like, my name's Phil. He's like, you ever heard of my brand? And I was like, no, what? And he's like, nah, Born and Raised. And I was like, oh fuck, yeah, that shit's cool. Like, I follow you guys on Instagram. Like, I'm a big fan. And he's like, you ever come to any of my parties? And I was like, yeah, but I never got in. And literally the one that just had like that a few months back, like I couldn't get in because it's fucking like guest list only. And like, but yeah, we were supposed to do a collab with Wayne. Mm-hmm. It never happened, unfortunately, but it was just something that we talked about briefly in the message. Like, yeah, I want to do this. Like, I want to do a photo shoot with some of my photographers.
Right.
Estevan, he's a famous photographer.
Yeah, I've heard of him actually. Seen his work. Dope.
He wanted to try to like get something lined up with him, and you know, due to unfortunate circumstances, you know, like things weren't able to get done. But you know, like it's a simple fact that once we kind of figured out who we were, you know, we were planning on trying to make like something happen. You know, and
definitely was something in the works.
It just led to, you know, like us just being like kind of just cool, you know, like we have small talk here and there. And then he invited me to his last party that they had, which was the Sadie Hawkins last pass one. And that shit was so fun.
I remember I saw the
bro, that it was the most fun that I think I've ever had.
That's dope.
The reason for that was because I seen so many of my friends there that I didn't think that I would see there. They're like, yo, Phil, what's up? Like, you're fucking like, how'd you get in here? And I was like, these dudes are all waiting in line down there, and they had this shit at the Soho House in LA. Okay, so that's Soho House, and I thought I had to get in line, and I was like, I'm about to go see if my name's on like this like VIP list. So like, I fucking like walk up. I'm with the homie Jamar. It's Keelan's brother. Shout out my homie Jamar. There's like two sections. There's like this line to get into the party hall, and then there's a line Soho House. The line's small in Soho House because nobody can get into Soho House, and that's where the pre-party was. So I go up and I'm like, I'm trying to see if my name's on this VIP list. And she's like, what's your last name? And I'm like, Lopez. She's like, Lopez. First name, Philip. She's like, yep. Here's 2 wristbands. She gave me 2 wristbands. Fucking, I was like, no way. And I gave one to my homie, and we fucking went up. And like,
that's crazy. Yeah.
Next thing you know, like, I'm fucking upstairs, and I'm just like walking around, just like seeing fucking Machete. He was up there walking around, like just like the randomest fools, just like.
But that's so tight. That experience.
And I'm just fucking just like, I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm about to get loaded, like whatever. And you know, we're all fitted, you know, we're fucking wearing our tuxes and shit,
yeah,
and like
that's tight.
That's just like a moment in time that I'll never forget, because like I've always like thought about like, oh, like damn, people are fucking cool. Like, how do they do cool shit like this? And then it takes one to know one. It takes some like to meet somebody cool who, you know, who can sense a good energy off you to fucking just be like, oh yeah, you come to my shit. Like, and that's what it was, you know. And like yeah, I had a good time, man.
What I really like about this story personally, when I remember you texting me, you said, yo, bro, you wouldn't believe it. I met this dude from Born and Raised, like the owner, the guy, the head of it all. And I was like, that's tight. And for me, that was so cool that you got to meet him and not me in that way, because I wouldn't have been able to make that connection. That's just not me. Like, that just wasn't my grounds. That wasn't my thing. So it was almost like it was meant to happen.
Definitely. I think the cool thing, he had a dinner table. So they had a pre-dinner for everybody.
This is at the Sadie Hawkins?
Yeah, so that's the whole house. And I remember he told me, he's like, yeah, I'm going to come to the dinner. I'm going to pair you guys 2 seats together. So it was like, he had a seat for me and Wayne, you know? So, like, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's, like, all these fucking
tight.
baller-ass people just, like, having a good time. Obviously, you're somebody if you're up there. I was just kind of like, damn, this is kind of weird, but cool. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm nobody. Like, but at the same time, I had to remember, like, I fucking, like, yeah, like, I fucking played a role. Like, I have a role in my life, so that I started to think once I got buzzed, I was like, damn, like, this is what it feels like to fucking, like, be around, like, this industry shit, and to be around people who are, like fucking models, fucking actors, singers, whoever the fuck was there. Like,
but I think more to that too is also, like, those guys were definitely just, like, genuine people. I mean, the dude meets you filming an event and he invites you just to come be a guest at an event.
Yeah.
And puts you in, like, a prime position and everything.
Definitely.
So I think that's super cool and speaks to a lot of character of those people. So rest in peace, Sponto.
Rest in peace, Sponto. Definitely.
All right, so we're going to do some rapid fire questions. So first one, we're going to start off with the skate vibes. What was your first board?
My first board was a blind skateboard that I got stolen the same day on my birthday.
That's tragic.
I actually told Wayne that story, and he's like, you know what he said?
What?
Life.
The fuck? What's your favorite trick? Yours. Let's do it in 2 parts. What's your favorite trick that you can do? And then what's a favorite trick that you like seeing or filming?
My personal favorite trick?
Yeah.
50-50s. I just love 50-50 grinds. You're alling onto an object that you're not supposed to fucking grind, but you're grinding down like a fucking piece of metal. Like, it's sick.
Why is it called a 50-50?
Because you stall both trucks on the rail. So it's like you're like 50 and 50. I'm guessing. I don't fucking know.
Who creates the name of these skate tricks?
Pioneers. I don't know who invented. I feel like I should know that. Who invented the 50-50?
Are there any tricks that have, like, been made since then?
Nowadays, it's not really about what tricks are getting made. It's more about like, oh, you could do a backtail and a kickflip. So you do a kickflip backtail. What's
your favorite trick you filmed though?
My homie barley grounded Hollywood 16 in the rain. It was raining. My homie Austin Holcomb. Shout out Austin, I love you. If you watch this, if you even make it this far into the podcast, we were reaching some deadline or some shit.
This was for a video?
Yeah, this is a video we put out years ago.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I want to barley ground the 16. Like, I thought it was just bullshit. I've never seen him skate anything bigger than like a fucking H-stair rail at the time. And he board slid it twice and then barley grinded it.
What's barley grind?
So it's a 180. It's a front side 180 switch Smith grind. He did it and like stuck it and rode away, but like stepped off and then like ran back up the stairs and fucking like did it.
Did it full.
And I was just like, this is the coolest shit I've ever filmed in my life.
Yeah, that's tight.
Like, I filmed a lot of cool shit that like fucking probably nobody's ever seen, because like all of our footage is just like low-key YouTube shit. That was the coolest thing that I've ever filmed.
What is your favorite skate video?
This is Skateboarding America, and the reason for that, because that was one of the first DVDs that one of my childhood homies let me borrow. And I watched it every single day for like 2 months until he asked for it back, or maybe it might have been even a year. I don't fucking remember. But
just kept it.
If you ever get a chance, just like watch the intro to that video. Everything about that whole film is just like beautiful.
What's your go-to lens for filming? This one?
I mean, yeah, this is like the corporate lens. If you're filming something now for a video, like this is a Canon 8-15. But like my go-to lens is always going to be a Mark 1.
What is your favorite like skate spot in a city?
Apartment rails coming out of apartment buildings. Yeah, like I always see them.
Like the stairs that come out of like the...
Yeah, but the rail has to be perfect. And especially if there's like a gate in front of it, it's like, damn, you could fucking hop over that gate and like open that shit and then...
All right, so let's veer from the skate questions. Let's start to know more about Phil, the personal side.
Oh, shit.
What's your favorite movie?
The first one that I thought of right now at the top of my head was Anchorman.
Anchorman? Yeah. That seems like a Phil type movie.
Yeah, it's just the humor in that. Like, I have a very goofy humor
Yeah.
that a lot of
100.
people don't understand. And a lot of people might think I'm like kind of fucking dumb
You-
or whatever,
You're
but
just
like
cracked. It's a little off. What's your favorite Lil Wayne song?
if I had to pick Gossip.
Something I love about doing like concerts and seeing live music is sometimes a song that you wouldn't have listened to, you'll hear it live and you'll see the interaction, and then from there
You'll go back and listen to it.
You'll listen to it and it'll just sound completely different because of the way
Well,
you
for me,
saw it.
like my favorite song on tour was How to Love. The reason for that being my favorite song on the tour is everybody knows that song. You had a lot of cracks that are still yeah. But when you see him singing it to the audience, it's very intimate.
Yeah.
You fucking almost feel like he's like talking to like someone that you know or something. Like you're like, damn, like I miss my girl. Like I'm about to call her after this shit.
Yeah, I would have to say honestly, like Wayne put on one hell of a show every single night, and I was only there for 5 nights, but I was on the end of the tour.
Yeah,
But that man came out with so much energy every single time.
definitely.
And man, that was pretty awesome to see from not only like a part of the team, but also part of just like the spectators. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So shout out Wayne, man, you killing it.
Shout out Weezy, baby.
Legend. If you could pick one of your which dog is your favorite? No, I'm just kidding. That's why.
Which dog is my favorite?
Which
huh?
dog is your favorite?
Don't
say it.
I love them both equally. Biggie was a birthday gift,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of got stuck with him.
What's up, Stuck?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Wow. I just picked up on the shade. Did you pick Peaches though?
Peaches was my she was like my emotional support animal. I guess there was a time in my life where I was going through a lot of fucking shit, and I got her, and it kind of just like showed me the light.
I love how guys sum up emotional things as shit. But shout out Peaches, man. Thanks for pulling my guy through. Phil's a great guy. We need Phil around.
You need more feels in this world.
Nah, just one. I don't need too many. Have you ever done like hallucinogenic drug type shit?
Negative.
No? All right. Would you ever do shrooms?
I don't have a reason to,
Yeah.
because my mind's so altered and I'm so like
See, I tweak off weed.
fucking exactly. Like I tweak off weed.
I could take an edible and this podcast would go retarded.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
retarded in a bad way. You don't smoke much, you don't drink much, huh?
I used to smoke a lot of weed. It'll come in waves. Like I might get high for like fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
Like on tour, I was fucking getting high every single day, because that's all there is to do.
Talk
Like
about tour.
the
Yeah,
tour
tour's
was
wild.
like, fucking, you're on the bus for 16 hours on a bus. What the fuck else are you gonna do? Smoke weed.
I don't know, Phil, maybe edit.
That's where you came in.
What's your favorite album?
Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory.
For reals?
Yeah,
Ooh, okay.
that's like my childhood. I know that entire album front to back.
What is your favorite board up here minus this one? You can't say that one because we know why, but
My favorite board, if I had to be honest, it's probably that pharmacy board because my face is on it in the cut.
what's this one?
It's just fucking an FA board with just random words.
The first one I see is urine obsessed.
Yeah. Like, it's just cool. I don't know. Like,
is there one board up you would skate?
I always bought boards
Yeah.
to skate. But then these boards, I bought them and I'm like, this is cool. I'm going to put this in my closet. But it was never like an obsession. Like I have homies who fucking have boxes and boxes and boxes of boards. And they fucking are just sitting in their closet. Like,
For no reason.
these are just, I bought them like over a span of like 5 years, and I just kind of
It's like a decoration.
One,
It's
yeah,
a nice little vibe. I like it. What's your favorite like skate shoe?
a Vans slip-on.
Like just the OGs?
Yeah,
That's tight.
they're the best shoe.
Does Wayne have a skate shoe?
Not yet.
What's he be skating in like what are the fucking those designer looking skate shoes he be
Louis
skating in?
Vuittons. The fucking
No, the ones with the
I don't know. They look like Osiris's.
Lanvin, those ones right here. I see Wayne in those things all the time
Those things
skating.
are
Them.
crazy.
He just be skating in whatever.
Right now, he's been skating a lot of SBs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a vibe.
There's a reason for that. I'm not gonna speak on that because
Can I put this in?
I didn't. I just said he's been skating a lot of SBs. What did I say? I didn't say anything violated my contract.
Is there any questions you felt that I need to ask you? Anything you need to say? Anything you need to tell the people?
Fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters again, guys.
I have a question for you. I see you have a up and coming podcast, Better Than Yesterday. What incorporated you to just wake up one day and start a podcast?
It kind of just been something in my head that like a friend of mine, my friend Martin had kind of told me like, hey, you should do a podcast just one day after we'd been talking on the phone about like life. And it was just kind of more of like a joke. And then another friend had kind of told it to me. And it kind of was in my head. And I didn't really know what a podcast entailed. Like I've listened to a few and my brother's big on them. But it kind of just bounced around. And then I got to a point where I was, I direct music videos. And so there was a point where I wasn't really seeing any longevity. I'm not going to say I'm giving up on it, but there was a point where it was like, it's, every day you work, you get your paycheck, but then you got to fight for that next one.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of was like, I need to find something that I can build for myself that's going to be something that can have some stability and that I can be in charge of.
Something that can generate revenue.
Yeah, and that I can I work every day. I promise you, if I don't have something to work on, I'm going to wake up and find something to work on, whether it's repairing something or building something that was never existent. Like, I just need to work 24/7. I love that shit.
Stay busy.
I do it. I love it. And so I was like, I need to do something that I can work towards and not just be doing random shit. So I started to put together a brand idea I had, which is called Demo, which is basically an all-encompassing brand where you just release something that is maybe not perfect, but you're able to release it because it's something you've been wanting to do. So it's a demo. And then you don't feel this like, oh, it's not perfect, I can't put it out. Oh, it's not ready yet. It's just like, hey, man, I'm going to put this out because it's as good as it's going to get right now, and I'm going to keep working on it. So then I was like, I want to make a podcast. And I was just sitting there one day and I was like, I got to be better than yesterday. And I was like, that's it. That's the name of that. And then I was thinking about, to further say like what made me want to do a podcast was, man, I've just had so many crazy stories and life events and things that I haven't even ever shared. And I was like, this stuff's not generating anything other more than it's just a story that I can share at a party or maybe when I'm 80 around a campfire. And I was like, maybe this is something cool I could put in a podcast and maybe I can tell a story and that'd be cool to somebody and they can take that and do something with it. And so it kind of just was a collaboration of a lot of different shit. And I had some really shitty stuff happen to me where I was basically didn't have any work, didn't have shit going for me. And I was like, hey man, I need something to put this energy into. And so I spent my last bit of money on mics and shit and literally just been running around the countryside filming podcasts. But yeah, I just like interviewing interesting people, man. I just like people that have a backstory, that have something that needs to be heard, that maybe don't have a platform to talk about it. And I feel like Phil was one of those people where he's in a crazy cool position. He's able to see something that most people don't get to experience, and it needs to be heard because, that's so sick for you, and I'm so happy for you. And I want people to recognize how fucking amazing you are and how fucking talented you are. And if this can be your one moment to be like, hey, this is what I am, then so be it. I'm happy to be here to present that opportunity for you.
Thank you, Bailey.
My brother.
Appreciate you.
Always, bro.
Better Than Yesterday podcast.
Better than yesterday. Be better tomorrow, guys.
Don't be a hater.
Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everybody that tunes into this as YouTube, Spotify, wherever the fuck you hear this, TikTok. Shout out all of them. And, keep watching, keep being inspired, keep chasing your dreams, keep doing you because, that's what life's all about. And, all the socials are below. Check my guy Phil out. He's a fucking beast. If you guys are skaters, hit him up for whatever the fuck it is. Just don't be a fucking hater. Episode 7, Better Than Yesterday. Peace out, guys.
Shout out mom and dad.
Biggie, talk to me about how it's been seeing the doctor. No, you still don't like me?
He's not fucking with you.
He's not friends with me. Peaches fucks with me.
Peaches is hiding from you.